Hey there, legendary souls. Welcome back to Unconventional Counseling. Just got to shiver a little bit after this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse that we just had, super moon lunar eclipse that we just had. It's been everything, it's been all of it. The joys, the lows, the past coming back, the dreams, the body sensations, the energy. It's traumas coming up from the past. It's been a lot. I hope you are hanging in there. I hope you have been taking as good care of yourself as you can. I hope you have been leaning on loved ones and community members and people who care about you to the extent that you feel comfortable doing so, because that shit is hard. It takes a lot of vulnerability to let someone know that you're not okay. But if you are not okay, please let someone know. Please let someone know. Okay? Because we can't do all of our healing work by ourselves. I'm learning that in real time. We can't do it all by ourselves. We can't even do it all just by ourselves plus spirit. Like, spirit is everything. I love spirit. Nature is everything. I love nature. And we need each other. We do. Just point blank, period, simple. So I hope that there are people in your life that you trust enough to let in and to let know when you're not okay. Today I wanted to talk about, tell you a little story, something that I noticed just as I do. I just be noticing things. I wanted to talk about how just this concept of how when things are bad, they tend to get worse before they get better. You ever notice that? So there's this guy that lives in my neighborhood. He's unhoused, but I consider him a neighbor. Like, he lives in my neighborhood. He has like a setup, right? On my street. And when I first moved to this neighborhood, I just felt like a kinship with him. And I would give him some things. I would like ask him if he needed water. I'd give him water, give him like, I just come back from a retreat when I moved here. So I was like eating some high vibrational things. I was eating like fruits and veggies and shit. So like I would come and I would give him like a little fruit platter because it seemed like he really liked sweets. Because that's what he would ask for from people at the convenience store nearby. And I just noticed that there were, like, every so often there would be someone, maybe sometimes different people, but there would be someone who would get him something to eat, who would, just basically show up for his need. And I was like, wow, we have like a community here. Like, people are taking care of our neighbor, right? And so one time I tried to talk to him because I'm really about it. Like, if I'm going to befriend somebody, I'm about it. I love to have conversations and all of that. And I realized how deep whatever he is experiencing goes because he's mostly nonverbal. Like, and when he does speak, I can't understand it. And it's not that it's a different language, it's that I cannot understand it. And in that moment, I just realized how much isolation he must be experiencing. So, I think that I and other neighbors, we do what we can when we have the capacity, when we have the resources, when we're able to. And the other day I came home and there were 3 police cars on our street, and the police officers were dismantling his home and moving his things. And they just happened to just move it like 50 feet down the street, like right by my place. Couldn't perceive a rhyme or a reason for it. It just felt cruel and unusual to have someone who is unhoused, someone who does not have a physical home, displaced, by authority figures who are supposed to serve and protect. I've lived here for over a year. I've seen this person most days. Most days. I see him most days for over a year. And I have not ever experienced him as violent, aggressive, threatening, or anything that would deem for a police officer to dismantle his space. Someone who does not have much but a space is now not allowed to be in that space because someone else decided that they can't be there, even though they did nothing wrong and they've been in that space for at least over a year. I don't know how long he's been there, but it's been a while. He's established in that space. It was a cute little spot. And it makes me think about how often that happens, especially when people get together and they form neighborhoods in spots that they consider safe. And then just one day, someone decides, well, we want to develop this area. We want to turn it into condos or whatever the fuck. We want to capitalize. We want to make money off of that area. How could we possibly have people living for free? What? It's bullshit. You know it's bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. There's this very deep trust that is growing within me. I didn't feel angry when I saw this happen to him. I just noticed it. And I knew that I was going to tell a story. So here I am, right? Telling the story. I noticed it, and I knew that I was also going to see what happened next, because I was like, no, there's no way. This can't just stay this way. No, it just doesn't make sense. This is the worst part of it that I'm seeing right now. It has to get better, is what I said to myself. And so a couple hours later, because he was right by my place, so I'll just check and see what's happening now in this development. And I check and I see one of our neighbors, one of the people in our community, checked in on him and started to help him move his things to a new spot, a better spot, a spot where he will hopefully not be disturbed. Y'all, he's moving on up. He has a beachfront property now, y'all. He could see the water every day. It's still shitty. I'm not gonna pretend like it's not. And there's stuff going on in each of our lives that is still shitty. Absolutely. There's stuff going on in this world that is still so shitty. But I've found time and time again that things get worse before they get better. So we might just be in the worst part of it right now. That's what I wanted to share. I hope it uplifts. I hope it encourages. I hope it gives you something to think about. And I'll catch y'all in the future. Bye.